Greetings and welcome to Listen, Argue, and Repeat, Riffs and Reflections. I'm Michael.
And I'm Ryan. Messed you up, didn't we?
I'm the host this time, so I'm definitely looking forward to this. Ryan, before we get started today, do you know what golf club's favorite type of music is?
A golf club's favorite type of music?
Yeah. Swing.
Oh, jeez. Okay, Michael's not going to be hosting after this anymore.
So, Ryan, I'm assuming you have something really good for me to listen to, so something I can put on my playlist, something I can just wake up and smile to.
You do know the entire reason for my existence is finding something for you to add to your playlist.
Yeah, that's a bad existence, man.
Tell me about it.
There's more in life than this. There's more than life than this, man.
I've been failing miserably.
But that's all right. That's all right. Well, that's what we're here to do. Right? We're here to listen, argue, and repeat. So, I have mine lined up. Ryan, do you have yours? All right. Should we do some rock, paper, scissors?
Sure. You start first. Wait. Okay. Good job.
Yeah, no, it's tradition. It's tradition.
It is tradition.
All right. So, you ready?
Yep. You got to talk, host.
Oh, okay. On the count of three.
There we go.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, you win.
All right. So, we have for here today. Ryan, I have listened carefully, to what you have told me in the past about vocalists. I really have, and we have a song here that I found. I found this band after listening to one of the collaborations that Matt Smith did, and I really enjoyed the vocals within that collaboration. So I went to go look for more from them, and I found this band, this particular song. It has everything that I like. So I am scared you're not gonna like a single thing. But I can promise you a couple of things. One, you will be able to understand every word that is said. 2, you will be able to hear some bass. And 3, there is a guitar solo.
Well, there's no way there's not going to be, so.
So, with that said, I have, now I'm going to butcher this pronunciation. And for those who are joining us, for those who are watching us, please correct me. I am begging you, please correct me. Vandroya?
What?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm bad. I'm really bad.
Is it a real band?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Why We Should Say Goodbye is the title of the song. And Ryan, I know you've been commenting recently about how depressing the titles are that I pick.
Yeah. No,
how's this one rank?
Well, I assume it's after somebody dies and we're saying goodbye, so still not positive. If I had to guess.
What can I say? I like drama in music, man. I don't like it in my life, but I love listening to it.
Okay, well, I hope there's some drama here.
Oh, there is. Next, I found this band through a collaboration that Matt Smith did. This has it all. It is a ballad, and I'm excited to see what you have to say. So, are you ready?
Sure.
Let's do this in 3, 2, 1. Play.
It's like the third song in a row that started off with piano.
I like piano, man. And it's a beautiful instrument. Come on.
This is played more classically than the other two.
Yeah.
It's not like bum 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 bum, like. Another female? Cool.
Yeah. And if you can't understand her, there is something wrong with you, sir.
I can understand her, but you're interrupting it. Okay.
Told you, hear some bass.
Yep. That's interesting. Okay. Those are interesting chords there. They're not just straight power chords. At least the second one.
Now, of this so far, you hear the ride bell, right?
Yeah, the ride bell has definition. That snare doesn't sound very good.
I love that. I love that ride. I will forever love ride bell.
I know you do, but that snare's got too much either reverb or attack on it. They need to back it down just a little bit. I know why they did to make it cut through this mix, but it's a little too much. Like, they did a good job widening her vocals so it takes up more space in the mix.
You hear the hi-hat?
Yep. When was this recorded?
You had to ask me.
Don't worry, I'll figure it out. 2013.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
It must be either the bass or the guitar, but it feels like something was mixed too loudly to me.
Really? I don't hear that.
Like it ends up sacrificing clarity in the guitar right here. I'm not sure why.
Oh, buckle up.
Because right here now the solo's going. The guitar has that clarity. When it's that chorus part and another part right there, it is not as clear. You can tell they're 80s influenced, even though it's not 80s sounding.
If you think we are done,
that could have used a little vocal break there. Even just like a couple vocal lines and back into the solo.
nah, man, this is time for the solos to shine.
I like that right there. The start, stop. Nice effect right there where they had the guitar coming backwards. That was cool. Yeah, there's something about how this chorus is recorded. I'm not really sure. But it doesn't have the power that it should. Like, all the elements are there for it too.
Maybe that's how it was mixed, but I don't see a problem with the mix though.
And the drum fills a couple one like that one. It's cool, but that's where you needed a little more restraint. I don't think that necessarily fit. Like, it was in time and everything, but it doesn't fit how the song I felt like should sound through the rest of it. Is this gonna be another hour of piano?
Yes. Ryan, so tell me why I am so wrong for liking this song.
You can feel free to like this song. It's a free country. Everybody's free to like what they like. As you said, music is subjective, and vocals are subjective, and lyrics are subjective, and everybody can like everything that they want. So that's great. You can like it. The piano sounded nice. There were a couple bass fills that were pretty interesting. I think for me, I think that song could have been more.
Mm.
And
in terms of like texture, or in terms of what?
In terms of sound. So I think the elements are there. My only my critiques of the song, so not criticism, so it's not a bad song, but my two critiques, like I already said, is that chorus, somehow they're going to make all those instruments balance out, because something's not balancing out. That should have been super epic and powerful, and it sounded all right. But the elements were there to take what was already being done, which was already building up in the verse, and take it to another stratosphere, and that necessarily wasn't there, at least in the sound. And I think they had the elements there, and when I was just reading, it doesn't sound like it was an American band, so that might have been produced somewhere else, and everybody has different thoughts about how things should be produced. But I could see that go to a different place, and that necessarily for me didn't get there. Because for me, I could understand what she was saying, but for me, it couldn't come across as clearly as it should have, because she should be the star of that. But those guitars, there's something there. I'd have to listen to it a few more times, whether it's guitar or bass. There's something there that isn't leveled appropriately that's causing it to not have that full unified effect. Like, that chorus should be a giant punch in the face, raising your fist up, everything. And I don't necessarily feel like it got there.
Two quick comments from me. The song title is "Why Should We Say Goodbye?" It's not "Let's pound our fists in the air at night." You know, it's
not like Mike. That's not what I'm saying. Like, when you hear and you know it, when you hear that song that hits all those sweet spots for you, you're like, you're like, you don't have to be like, ooh, energy metal, but it's like, yes, this is what I want, and a ballad can do that just as well as a heavier song. And
the second thought on this is, it might be what you're hearing in terms of the guitar in the chorus might have to do with they are balancing her voice, making her shine as the star as it should. Her vocals are amazing, so it should be at the center. So the guitarist has to take a backseat here, because they have to make. There's only so much room in the spectrum for a song, and those guitars had to take a back seat.
No, I'm aware. There's something that's off on it. I just can't put my finger on it.
No, that's fair. That's fair. So, in terms of female vocalists, I have brought forth. Would you rank this one?
The best out of the bunch, by far, easily.
I'm curious now. What do you have for me?
A personal connection.
Oh boy! Another 5 years of my life.
You say 15 years. You got to make sure that's right. It's 15 years. It's 15 years every time.
Yes, okay.
So I was thinking about, because I think you've heard of this band.
Yes.
The band is 3 Days Grace.
Yes, I've heard of them.
So the radio absolutely loves them. So I didn't want to show you a radio song of theirs. And you and I recently had a discussion when we were talking on the phone about how sometimes the music we listened to 20 years ago wasn't necessarily the music we listen to now, and you kind of grow up a little bit. By the way, that's God calling you to say that I'm going to be ready.
Science all cell phones. Yes.
Yeah, it's not mine. So good job, host. So I lost my train of thought. It can happen. So for this song, this is right before the band did that one thing we speak of that's not doing, which is change vocalists, which is why they haven't been as successful since. And in thinking of this band, the first couple albums were the ones I listened to the most. But for me, they don't relate as much now as they do then. It's hard for me to be 42 years old and listening to the first 2 3 Days Grace albums where it's about pain and everything else, and life stinks and your home stinks, because my home didn't stink and most of my pain self-induced. So to think about sharing a song from theirs, I went into their last album before the singer left. It's called Transit of Venus. And what I appreciated, they started branching out a little bit in their sounds, not a lot. but they started branching out a little bit, and the song that stuck with me was this one. It's called "Give Me a Reason." I still think the vocal lyrics are a little cringe. I mean, the verse lyrics are a little cringe, but he sings with some power, in my opinion.
Okay.
And I appreciate it's not structured like a super traditional 3 Days Grace recording. So that's it.
Okay. Like I said, I know of this band. I'm just that's it. That's what it was. Never Too Late. That's the one I know. So I don't know where that sits in terms of the timeline. In terms of, was it on this album?
No.
For this album? After this album? I have no clue.
2 albums after this album. They had 4 albums before the singer left. Okay.
So there is a high likelihood that I'm going to like this.
No, probably not. All right, come on, host. Let's listen.
All right. In 3, 2, 1, play.
This guitar was actually recorded on the rooftop of the studio outside.
Which one?
The first one. This song has some of the elements you'd like in music. Not yet. There you go, some ride cymbal for you.
Gotta have it, man.
Yeah, I know, there's plenty of it in the song.
Coffee and ride cymbal, that's all you need.
I don't think that you see exactly what you're doing to me. Don't speak. Don't speak. Give me a reason to turn and run. Give me a reason to burn this house down. Give me a reason. I wish you would. I wish you would. Wish you would. Give me a reason for disaster.
I know, you were expecting a distorted chorus, weren't you?
Oh, yeah.
Is that enough ride cymbal for you?
No, the drumming's fine. I have an issue with the guitars, though.
This is another band who needs help recording guitars.
That did what?
They need help recording guitars. Their distorted guitars are my least favorite, actually. At least these have a little body. And some bass. It's good drum build-up.
I know of a guitar amp that has more distortion on its clean channel than this.
For me, the drummer's the MVP of the song. See, I knew you wouldn't add it to the playlist.
Yeah, that was weak. That was really weak. And I don't mean it. I have no problems with the, of course, with the beat. What I really have a problem with is how those guitars were layered, how those sounded. You say distortion. I understand why you say that, but like I said, I know of a guitar amp that has more distortion in its clean channel. You have to clean the gain up all the way. That has more gain. That had more gain than that. That had more body than that.
That's always been my problem with this band, sonically, is the distortion on their guitars, because to me, there's a certain sound, at least in the nu metal time, where people were plugging Ibanez's into Mesa Boogie dual rectifiers, and turning the bass up to 9.5. That's what they sound like to me. Like that. It doesn't. There's no real mid-range crunch.
There was no.
They sound really thin.
They did sound very thin.
Yes.
That can't be in Mesa.
Yeah, that is. But that's the way it was mixed. Like, and there's a guy who's a good mixer. A good mixer. So he was actually the guy who produced the first Linkin Park album, and they play in usually the same kind of tunings as Linkin Park, and those guitars sound totally different. Like on some of that album, they play with Ibanez's, and it sounds nothing like this. Like,
yeah, this was I didn't like it. It didn't make sense. The drumming at the end, he went from the ride cymbal to the crash or splash or
crash,
whatever it was. I could tell they changed the symbol. That required that full body of that guitar, of the distorted rhythm guitar. It really needed it, and it didn't have it.
Just like the song we talked about before.
Yeah, but we're talking about... So, two things, right? With the other one, and I understand why you would say that. I really do. I hear you loud and clear. At least with my pick, the female vocalist, due to her range, due to where she is in the mix, those guitars might have needed be in the background. You could tell they were there. They just weren't high in the mix.
Yeah,
and you could tell the tone was there.
This one
had no tone. Like, the tone was... It was severely lacking.
Yep.
I don't know if this is making sense.
It sounded like Mesa Boogies on Ibanez's with the neck pickup on. The bridge. The bridge. I have an Ibanez. I don't have a Mesa, but I know those amps. I say I know them. I don't really know them. I know what they're known for. If we're talking about a dual or triple rectifier, no way, man. No. I think we can agree that it wasn't recorded the way that we would both like it to sound.
Agreed. Completely agree with that.
There we go. We've done the purpose of the channel. We've agreed on something. We've agreed that one of my songs, guitars, are so bad that we could sit here on our crate amps and our imaginary amps and our amp simulators on our computers and produce better sounding guitars.
We might want to consider doing that one day. A little taste of our own little creations that we do.
Yeah, I know. I just got to write something.
Yeah, and I got to finish one. I have something in mind, but
you got to finish one, and I got to write. I haven't written something in months. I'm way overdue. This
year, songwriting's taking the back seat, man. I'm not gonna lie. I've had other things on my plate that's just taking up way too much more time. But I do have one idea that I am working on.
And I'm sure if I sat down to think about it for 10 minutes, I can come up with something I'd work on. It's just taking the time. Because time is a valuable commodity, almost as much as your subscription to our channel. So, just ignore the time and subscribe to us. That's the important thing. So we can keep going, providing this content, and Mike's the host, so I'm going to stop talking. Sorry, Mike, go ahead.
No, man, are you kidding me? You're doing my job for me, man. I love it.
Yeah, just natural.
I was gonna say, let us know. What's your thoughts on this? Are we onto something here that the guitar's a little too thin, or are you, or do you think no, this was just perfect? This is what they were looking for, and this is exactly what it needed to be. Let us know in the comments because at least I want to know what's y'all's thoughts. Ryan, anything else, man? You want to say before we get going here?
Yeah, wash your hands.
Peace, y'all.
Wash them.